What's going on, beautiful people? Thank you for tuning in once again. You guys already know the message. One family, one heart, one love. We're all in this together. And speaking of one love, we're going to talk about marijuana and what it does to your mind, what it does to your body, and some pros and some cons. Of course, we're speaking of one love. We can't forget the legendary Bob Marley, who was high all the time. Right? And it's part of the culture, part of that Rasta culture, right? So I'm not an opponent or proponent of weed. I think it should be legal, just like all other drugs. It's just my opinion, right? And I don't endorse it. I'm not gonna tell you what to do. You do you. You know, if weed helps you, it does. If it doesn't help you, it doesn't. And so I'm gonna talk about 5 pros and 5 cons, right? And then it's up to you, because I think it affects different people differently. Some people, they get in, like, they feel amazing on it. And like, it's like, oh my God, it opens the door of creativity and so many things, so many beautiful things. Then that plant is for you, right? Like that, it's almost like your body and that plant is made for each other. But then some people, they experience, more of the cons, of the negative effects. And then maybe that your body at this current moment in your time, in your life, is not, you in that plant is not exactly, you guys don't want each other. So anyway, no judgment passed on anybody whatsoever, simply objective here. So when you smoke, most people smoke marijuana, right? But you can also eat it, edibles. There's many ways to ingesting it. You have cannabinoid receptors in your brain, right? So they pick up this chemical, this molecule that's contained within the marijuana, and it's a psychoactive substance. So it causes a change in mental state, a change in perspective, and change in the way they view the world. And so we'll talk about 5 pros of what marijuana can do. First thing first, marijuana has been known to lower anxiety, right? Because it kind of makes you feel, everything's cool, let's relax, let's chill. A lot of people use it to lower their anxiety. And it's a plant. It's, a beautiful way to just wind down, take it easy, relax, right? So, can lower your anxiety. The other thing, which there's a lot of research on, is that it can help stop the spread of cancer cells, or even, depending on the type of cancer, the stage in which the cancer is in, it can even help fight and kill existing cancer cells, right? And I think a lot of these effects are more associated with CBD, the CBD molecule, because the marijuana has a CBD, which is not psychoactive. It doesn't cause you that change in state of mind. But then there's also the THC. And both of them have anti-cancer properties, I think more so with the CBD. So there's been tons of research on it, and it's really stupid how it's like still illegal in most parts of the world. It's like, it's medicine, it's medicine. Number 3, reducing inflammation and pain, right? It can also do that. And I think, again, a lot of these anti-inflammatory, anti-pain properties are more so in the CBD, but also in the THC, right? So once again, we have this medicinal thing, and I really think, I want to stay objective here, but I really think like big pharma has a lot to do with its staying illegal, right? So that's number 3, it has anti-inflammatory, anti-pain properties, which can be helpful for athletes and just regular people. If you have arthritis or pain or inflammation somewhere, right? It can help tremendously with that. And if you don't want the psychoactive substance, and you don't want that, that feeling of high, look into CBD oil, okay? For anti-inflammation, for anti-pain, and for anti-cancer properties. And number 4, it enhances creativity, right? Comedians are known to be high out of their fucking mind and make up their jokes. The guy who makes Family Guy I'm pretty sure that the entire show is made while he's high, and it's pretty hilarious, and it's kind of made for people who are high. But a lot of comedians, you'll see that they'll get their jokes when they're high, because everything is just funnier. It tends to be funnier when you're high. But also, it can be like for creativity. I know a guy named he's like a pretty well-known scientist, John Hancock. What's his name? Hancock. Man, I forget. He's a specialist in like history, ancient civilization. Hancock, something Hancock. I knew him from the Joe Rogan podcast. He said like in most of his career, he stopped smoking weed now, but he said like most of his career he would write his books and everything while he's high. And this, a lot of people have been known to do that, right? So it's been known to increase creativity in many ways and sort of bring out that inner creative artist in you. And also can like really play with your imaginations, get your imaginations running wild, which really like, it's all about imagination, baby. It's all about imagination. Everything we have is because of the imagination. So number 5, it gets you closer to spirit. I think it definitely gets you feeling more, when I say gets you more in touch with your spirit, with your true self, because it gives you that sense of oneness, right? That sense of, because it's a plant. Plants are non-violent. When you ingest some, like these plants, you're taking in the consciousness of the plants, right? And plants are just generally friendly. And there's a sense of oneness that you feel when you take marijuana. You tend to think more, you tend to put yourself more in people's shoes. You tend to think more in terms of us, in terms of we, in terms of all. A walk in nature while you're high is really nice, right? It's like you just feel a connection with everything and everyone. So it definitely brings you closer to spirit, closer to your true self, and sort of maybe it's a good way to see through the illusion of separation, you see? So those are 5, in my opinion, and just, I think this is pretty objective, 5 pros of smoking marijuana, what it can do to you and how it can help you. 5 cons, you know, because we got to talk about that too, is number 1. So again, just before I go, it's very subjective. These things, like some people feel this way, some people feel this way, depending on which part of your life, but we'll talk about them. Loss of motivation, right? I definitely experienced that. I guess for me personally, like if I smoke a lot of weed, I start losing motivation. But if it's every now and then I get all these benefits from it. So I guess it really depends. It really depends on you and how you use it, right? But it can cause you to lose motivation. Like if you know, it can make you feel lazy and it can make you feel lethargic at some point. And at some point, that sense of oneness that you feel can just turn into apathy. Like you just, you know, you're just like, ah, fuck, like I don't want to do anything. You just, let's get high, bro. Let's go to McDonald's, bro, right? It can definitely do that. Which brings me to number 2, the munchies. The munchies. That's a big problem. A lot of teenagers, a lot of you guys are, you know, some of you guys are teenagers, you know, your bros are going to McDonald's and they're eating shitty food, or if you're a girl, right, like you're eating ice cream and chocolate and all of that, right, which can be bad for your health and can be bad for your, you know, your fitness goals and all of that. So the munchies, you know, that can, like, you know, again, some people don't get them, most people do, I think. Most people who smoke weed, at least, do get the munchies. They feel hungry and then they go on a binge. And if you're generally not always conscious of your food, or if you're generally conscious, it can make you like, you look at like a chocolate or something and like you'll go to the supermarket and everything will just like look good and like, because your senses are enhanced on marijuana, right? So you're like, I want this beautiful chocolate. I want this beautiful chicken nuggets, and you know, and then, yeah, that can be bad for your health. So loss of motivation, number 1. The munchies, number 2. The dry mouth, I really don't like that personally. The dry mouth, which is pretty universal, I think, right? Is you getting the dry mouth. And I've tried the edibles too, but also I still got the dry mouth from them. So dry mouth, I mean, I know there's like products out there, gums and stuff like that to reduce it, but you know, it kind of lingers there for a little while and then it goes away, right? So for some people, you get used to it, it's not a big problem, but I didn't like them all that much, right? So the dry mouth. And then if you smoke them, so that's number 4. If you smoke, right? A lot of people smoke it, you can eat it, and then that would not be an issue. That would not be a con. But if you're smoking it, your lungs are getting irritated, right? I mean, sure, it's not like cigarettes. You're not getting the tar and all the shitty chemicals, addictive chemicals that they put in. You're still irritating your lungs. you're still irritating your lungs. So if you, I mean, you can prevent that by eating it, right? Or ingesting it in oil, or vaping, even vaporizing, right? But if you're smoking it, which, I mean, a lot of people do smoke it, you're irritating your lungs, and you're compromising the quality of your breathing that way, because you're irritating your lungs and compromising the oxygen distribution in your body, right? So be careful with that. If you smoke it, maybe if you know, vaporize it, get a vape, that would be a good idea. And finally, number 5, you get a reduction in the REM phase of sleep, which is like the phase where you get a lot of dreams. And that could be good or bad. I put it as a con because I think dreams are wonderful tools to navigate through life. I feel like the universe sends you a lot of messages in your dreams. And for me, what I actually started noticing is whenever I'm smoking weed, I'm not remembering my dreams as well. And I've talked to some of my friends, like some of my officially certified pothead friends, and they told me we barely dream. And I looked into it online, and apparently it reduces the REM phase of sleep, which is the later part of your sleep, of the sleeping cycle, which is where you see most of your dreams. And I put it, like I said, I put it as a con, as a something, you know, because I think dreams are a wonderful thing. But if you're having nightmares, like, that's probably a pro for you. You don't want to have dreams, right? But I think for me, I'd like to remember my dreams because they give me very valuable insights about my next move in life, things that I should improve, fears that I should face, etc., etc., etc. Okay? So, those are 5 pros, 5 cons of smoking and ingesting marijuana, and what it does to your mind, what it does to your body. Like I said, I'm not an advocate of neither. I just think all drugs should be legal because we should all be free to explore different altered states of consciousness. I just think, you know, whether it's marijuana or anything else, I mean, people are gonna do these things anyway, right? I mean, come on, like, people are gonna do these things anyway. You know, I think I live in Canada, so marijuana is practically legal now. Practically, right? It's in the final stages, and it's becoming more legal in the States and stuff. It's becoming legal worldwide, which is good. I mean, it's a plant. Why would you stop it? Why would you? I mean, it's just a plant. It's a friendly plant that has been known to have a lot of positive effects, right? But like I said, you know, just see what you want to do. If you want to smoke it, if you don't want to smoke it, see if it helps you with your current life goals. If it doesn't help you with current life goals, right? And take it from there. Where it's all about one family, one love, one heart. Do what you want, man. Do what you want with your states of consciousness. Do what you want with your life. Experiment it for yourself. See how anything makes you feel, marijuana or otherwise. And be responsible about the use of anything and everything. Okay, be responsible about the use of marijuana. Be responsible about the use of anything that you ingest and put in your body. And if you feel like you're starting to abuse it, then stop it. Stop it. You know yourself. Just be a diligent watcher of yourself and how you feel. And as long as you feel good and happy, then that's your feedback to keep doing whatever you're doing. That's it. Check out my book, 5 Powerful Habits to Dominate Life in All Areas. It's really cool. Free, totally free, 22 pages. Will help you tremendously in any area in your life right now that you're trying to improve, right? 5 principles will help you in the gym, confidence, with your relationships, just about anything and everything, right? So pretty cool, 22 powerful pages. Check it out. Link in the description, in the comments. Other than that, I love you guys. Love every single one of you. You guys see I wear the colors, the One Love colors. You know, green, yellow, red. One family, one love, one heart. Don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing is gonna be alright. Except for if you don't subscribe, you're gonna sleep with the fishes.